Well, hello. This is Jeff with Final Boss. We are doing some cooking today. I'm trying this out, seeing if we can do a little cooking stream, because I'm going to spend the afternoon cooking, and I may as well do it hanging out with you kind folks, those who are brave enough to join. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my eggs separated. And I can do it over here. Is this too hot? No. I'll do it over there. Alright. I'm going to get a couple of bowls. And then, so today we're making creme brulee and macaron. Is this too hot? No. Okay. I'll just do like that. Alright. I need a few separate divisions of eggs. Because I'm making, oh my god, that is not clean at all. Yuck. I'm gonna get a different bowl. Yeah. Our dishwasher kind of sucks, as it turns out. So first thing I'm gonna do is get me my 6 yolks. I'm gonna put them in a bigger bowl because that's where I'm gonna make the actual creme brulee. I might use this middle-sized one. Maybe I'll do the big bowl. I think I might use the larger bowl to be on the safe side. I'm in my gym clothes, so forgive the schleppy sweatpants, but schleppiness is Final Boss. Alright. It's not hot. Alright. So, first things first. Alright. First things first, going to start cracking these son of a guns. And then we'll just try to get these whites out for the macaron. And yolks. Yolks for the creme brulee. So yeah, the nice thing about this is that it uses exactly the creme brulee recipe and the macaroon recipe, or macaron, whatever the French say. Use the exact same, so that's 1. I do need to keep good count though. Use the exact same amount of eggs, but each respective half. Oh, come on, dude. He's trying to give me a bunch of shells in here. My cat was being a brat and attacking. Thanks for the follow. Much obliged. Welcome, welcome. I'll check chat a little less regularly. So just be prepared for that. But I will check it. I have it open on my computer behind me. And man, these USB extensions, who was that on the follow? Beast Mode 1, 2, 3, 4, something, something, something. Welcome, welcome. This is hopefully going to be some cooking that is respective of beast mode-ishness and epic badassery. That's the goal. That's the goal, guys and gals. Just to do the coolest cooking. Beast mode cooking. Alright. My cat is squealing because she's mad that she attacked my Christmas tree and got put outside. You know what? She's going to have to deal with her choices. And she might just get a spray if she keeps that meowing up to moderate her passions. She's a disobedient little beast. I guess that's every cat, though. That's 3 eggs. Alright, if I hear another meow through my headphones, she's getting another spray. She's just staring at me from outside. And she's such an attention hound, this cat. She is something. She is indeed something. So, thankfully, while I cook the creme brulee, I will just gonna try to get all the whites out as much as I can. So I just want the yolks. Ooh. Is that okay? That looks a little odd, but I think that's fine. So those are 4. That's for the meringue. So I'm going to put that up here. And then, cooking in general is badass. It is. You know what? Because it's just like the best. You know, you save so much money and you make something that you can really be proud of and enjoy. So I totally agree with you, my friend. Cooking in general is what all the cool kids do. And if you're not cooking on Christmas Eve for the holidays, you know what? This normally is a writing and storytelling stream where I write and edit fiction. But you know what? This stream, it's the holidays. And if you're not cooking for the holidays, you won't have as many good stories to write because you'll be busy, I don't know, being sad or something. Which I guess is that's what a lot of writers do, but I don't think it's a requirement for good fiction. So, I think a lot of writers believe that being really sad is a requirement to write good stories, but I think that's a fallacy. And I'm going to let the yolks kind of meld a little bit before I start mixing in. So I'm just going to take a whisk to some of these things. All right, one more egg. And then off we go to cat. My cat is just, she's like, please spray me. Use the spray bottle. Punish me. I'm just being facetious. She's not really saying that, but her caterwauling is asking for it. And she will get, she cannot have her little rude little activities rewarded, so she's going to get sprayed if I hear one more meow. Yep. Okay, cat. You're asking for it, young lady. Alright. My cat has the same way. Yeah. I feel like all cats are the same way, where they just... They like try to push your buttons so much. Like, you know, she doesn't mess with the Christmas tree unless I'm in the house where I would react. You know, like they just want reaction. They just want attention. Alright. Alright, she's being quiet when I crack the door. So, she didn't get a spray that time, but there's no way in a thousand years I'm letting this cat into this house right now where there's so much to lose. So these are the yolks. I don't know if you can see them in the bright light, but I'm just going to start just roughly mixing them up. There's not too much white in there. And then I'll be putting the sugar in a few seconds. So this is for the buttercream for the macaron. I'm going to put this over on the far table. And then I'm going to put the macaron base in here. And I don't know if you guys can see. I got a mixer set up over here. Yeah, you can. I think on the other camera. I got a mixer set up over there. And that's going to be where the macaroons will mostly happen in just a few minutes. I'm going to get the plug and stuff ready to go. So whenever you're making macaroons, you start with meringue. Because that's the leavening. It's just air. Just kind of crazy. You wonder how these chefs thought up all this stuff. But you know what? They were smart. They didn't need science to come up with these amazing treats. Alright, that's in there. So all my eggs are where they need to be. These go back in the fridge, and we will begin the cream for the creme brulee. So this is a bowl of cream. Wow, it's already hot. I think the oven vent is like right there. It's not too hot, is it? I don't want to dump cream into a hot thing because that'll just curdle. The second you put it in there, you'll just fry it. So I'm going to cool this little thing down first. So I'm just running the back of the pan over with hot water because you throw cold cream into a pan that's already pretty darn hot and you don't let it warm up kind of along with the cream, it is going to just turn that cream into just nastiness. So this is for the macaron or the creme brulee. Let me just get my full quart. This is the one that expires yeah, I was looking at the expiration dates. Okay, this is the latest expiration. Yeah, 1 quart. So we're just going to dump a quart of cream in here. Bah. Alright, looks fine to me. Alright, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous goodness. Oops, don't spill. And then that's going to gently start heating up, and I'm going to go ahead and put a vanilla bean scraped in there. And you guys can see how we scrape vanilla beans. Yay! If you guys have never ever done creme brulee or any of these kind of French type recipes, I would recommend them. You know, they're a little scary, for sure. You know, there's always a little bit of an extra layer of just like there's a little more complexity, a few more things you have to worry about, but I believe it's well worth it. I'm going to get a nice sharp knife because cutting the vanilla bean can just not be... Alright, that's good. Alright. It just smells so good. I mean, vanilla beans, they're so... You know, there's one place in the Bay Area where I live where they sell them relatively inexpensively, and so I just like to dig in, and I can show you guys here. I think this is cold still. Yeah. So I like to kind of dig in beneath it like this, and just like use the bean's kind of tough exterior to cut it without breaking like the back wall, without breaking it too much. I break it a little bit. It's pretty hard not to. Alright, my cat's caterwauling. Unfortunately for Kitty Cat, that means she's about to get a spray bottle treatment. So, oh man, look at that. Just delicious. Take out some of the fibers if I can find them. But I think I'm going to filter this anyways. Yeah. So anytime you see creme brulee and it doesn't have the little black dots of vanilla beans in it, it's not good enough. Get the real deal. The stuff with the real, you know, really scrape them seeds out. I don't mind a little bit of fibers getting in there, because I'm going to filter this later, and then I'm just going to really, and then you throw the bean in, plop, and then I'm going to very gently turn that on, and I'm just going to slowly let it get up to a boil, because I want it to kind of spend as much time with the vanilla, because you're going to filter the bean out, right? So like I wanted to kind of, the cream is where all my flavor is. I sometimes like to put in a few extra. So the cream is where usually the flavoring happens in the creme brulee. Like you don't kind of mess with it after the cream layer. So I'm going to put in a couple of other little things that just give it a faint hint of Christmassy things. I'm just going to put in a touch, like 2 things of cloves. Thanks for the host. Much obliged, and thanks for the follow. I'm going to get back to chat in just a hot second. But I do want, I just want a touch of the Christmas flavor. I don't want it to be super strong, so it's just like 4 things of allspice, 2 cloves, very, very minimal. I'm going to find, I think I have cinnamon, and then I'm just going to put the touch of cardamom, because cardamom is one of my favorite underused spices. Or cardamom. Cardamom or cardamom? I don't know. Cardamom sounds a little weird, but if I could just... Problem with being disorganized is that you can't find anything. I think I had it here though. Whatever. I'll just use ground cinnamon in a hot second if I don't find it. I have some time. So I'm just going to use this little baby whisk. Whisk it around. Really let it get around in there. And I have this little guy too. So I have all my little baby things. Alright, let's see. I've been behind. How are you doing today? Doing well, Bobby Grimes. Doing a Merry Christmas to you as well. These are hard to make sometimes, but they're so worth it. They totally are worth it. You're absolutely right. It just takes a little bit more time. We got to run and grab something. See you in a little bit, bit mode. Thanks for the follow and the host, Bobby Grinds. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much obliged. Yes, this is pretty fun though. You know, these are a little bit more finicky. Like you'll have, there's a there's a failure rate with this stuff, right? Like there's a rate. And I think that's okay, but like it's just something to be aware of, that there is a percent of the things that you make, like creme brulee, like whatever, that will fail, and that's okay. Like, you know, it's just takes some, just I guess acclimation, patience with it. So here I'm gonna go and just double check. I'm from Michigan, USA. Nice, that's awesome. Well, hopefully you are staying out of the cold because it is not super warm there. Vanilla sugar divided. Alright, I gotta divide the vanilla sugar. What is my cat doing right now? Making bad choices. Half cup of sugar into the yolks. Yep, that's what I need to do next. I'm just getting home from firefighter work. Well, that's one, that's awesome that you're getting off from work, and two, thank you so much for your service. I think, pardon the reach, I think you know, you firefighters do amazing work, and you guys help so many folks, and that's awesome. So thank you. And hopefully you enjoy the stream, and hopefully get some time to do some cooking yourself, because there ain't nothing more fun than just making something that I feel like, you know, you weren't sure you could make. That's my theory, you know, because I think with cooking, there are some things where you're kind of like, I don't know if I could pull that off. And I think those are the things that are worth making. Where you're a little nervous and you're like, well, I'm going to try to spend an afternoon on this, and if it works, great, and if not, well, I'm in trouble. So I'm just going to give these yolks. So pretty much my goal is to make the yolks just getting yellow, and you guys can holler at me if that starts. I'm just going to start blending in some sugar into these yolks. So that's my half cup there. I think that's right. Feels a little heavy, but... And then we're going to pour the cream in here. The fun. Is that a little too high? Blah. This is not the best camera that humankind has ever made, but it is what it is. Alright, so they're starting to lighten in color. I want to let them get a little bit ribbony, I think. Alright, don't want to overmix them too much, but that seems they've smoothed out a little bit. My cat is just grieving her punishment right now. Alright. So that's pretty ready to go. This still has some cream and stuff on it, so I want to get all the vanilla off. That's still heating up. Taking its sweet time. That's okay though. Slower this thing warms up, the better. I want it to stay nice and smooth, and then it'll get just shy of boiling. That's just so good. Oh, I think these are my cinnamon sticks now. Still on the quest for cinnamon sticks, but maybe I'll just let go and just use some powder and cardamom. Yep, cinnamon and cardamom. I feel like it's like the 1-2 punch of deliciousness. I just take barely a finger cardamom. It just gives it just like a lightness, and it cuts the sweetness a lot, because it kind of has that almost menthol. So I think those are kind of like why I like those kind of Christmassy flavors a little bit, is they cut some of like the sweetness of the creme brulee. because the creme brulee can come really sweet, especially because you're layering sugar on top. What's going on? Dark RPG, I think that's what it says. I'm a little far away from my computer. How's it going? You seem awesome. Thank you so much, Bobby. Much obliged. I just love hanging out with kind folks on stream. I'm going to open up my Streamlabs on my phone. As long as my phone doesn't melt down, I should be able to see chat. Let's see if I'm right. And let me know if you guys can't see stuff on the camera and things, because I'm back now. How's it looking? It's looking good. It's looking good. We got good progress. Darko PG. Oh, that's what it is. Thought it said RPG, but I can see now. Welcome. And yeah, it's going well. My yolks are looking smooth, which is good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to temper the yolks with the hot cream. And this is a surprisingly important step. So I just want to make sure this isn't getting too hot. Yeah, if you guys start seeing that boiling, feel free to shout and be like, Jeff, it's boiling! Because I don't want it to get too hot, but a lot of heat's coming up from the preheated oven. Okay, so things I'm going to do next. I think next we're going to go with starting the... I think I'm just going to finish the creme brulee before I start the macaroons, just to keep things organized. So I won't measure this out yet, because the more things one, especially as amateurish as myself, tries to do at once, the more problems one has. Yeah, so I'm going to heat up some water. This is what I'm doing right now. Just putting some water in a kettle for my base. So pretty much what that means is I'm going to get some for my water bath. And because eggs are so fragile and you're trying to like almost scramble them, but really slowly, that's what makes them so smooth and creamy. So I have two pots. I have this big guy here. I will show you guys. I have this big dude here and then this little guy here. And I'm going to fill these with towels so that they don't... so that they do not... This thing is coming in together nicely. Alright. So they do not curdle on me. Because the kind of your goal in making creme brulee is to avoid getting things like curdling and to avoid turning it into scrambled eggs, which it's easier to do than you might think. Also, the cheat code for that, so if you ever make this at home, and I really recommend, give it a try, you'll be surprised at what you can accomplish. But if you ever do make macarons at home, or creme brulee, I mean, which we're doing both today, but if you ever make creme brulee at home, my best recommendation to you is to, oh wow, that fits just perfectly, great, is to use a filter, a sieve, to get any curdles that come out like this. I like streams like this, so chill. Well, welcome, Beast Mode. We don't do cooking as often as I probably would like, because I do love cooking. But we do a lot of writing, which is a very, very laid back stream. So welcome. All right. Next up, we are going to. My butter is warming up. My whites are warming up. I'm trying to get, whenever you do like eggs and stuff, you kind of want them at room temperature, especially for making a meringue. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this with towels. So that my ramekins don't slide around when I start bringing them in and out of the stove. So, easy enough. And then I'm going to start laying the ramekins in here, and I have this backup one here. That's not hot. All right. So a lot of it is just trying to fit all the ramekins in here. All right, so I kind of put this one with a smaller towel in there. This water will boil, and I'll fill up these pots. And a lot of it is just to make the baking process as even and as consistent as possible. But it's great. I'm so excited. I'm seeing new faces here today, which is great. Love to meet more amazing folks on Twitch, and that's really exciting. So I'm getting some storage containers out, because I'm going to use these later. So some of this stuff I'm going to go around and share, hopefully, some of these delicious confections with friends and family and stuff for the holidays, because what's the use of making yummy treats if you don't share them with people you care about? So, man, this roasting pan is gymongous. I hope it'll fit in my stove. We will find out. This thing is huge. I used to have a smaller, like normal sized roasting pan, but for the life of me, I could not find it today. And trust me, I looked. I went through my whole kitchen, and I was like, this feels bad. Where is my thing? But I think this one, oversized though it is, will be sufficient. Wow, is that all my ramekins? That's one of the challenges of moving so much, is that you're always like, where's that thing I had at one point? I think I'm going to go with these other ones. So I got these other little bitty middle ones here. These things are actually pretty great and versatile, these tiny little pans, and you can actually do baked goods in your toaster oven if you're feeling really aggressive. And so if you're feeling brave, that's an option. Also, I got some of these old camping mugs that work really well for baking. If I could only reach. My wife is taller than me, and she usually gets things off the top shelf, but she's having to work today. God. Ugh. Man. This is why I married someone taller than me, so I wouldn't have to deal with this. But here I am. Once again. Alright, let me see if I can get this without falling. Y'all ready to hear me just crash and make a big mess in the kitchen? Woo! There we go. For better or for worse. Oh my Gandhi. That was a little bit of a heart stopper there. Alright. And here's another one. So these little camping mugs, great for extra ramekins because they're middle, they conduct, and they're just fantastic. So if you ever run out of cooking stuff, these are good options. Okay, that's boiling. These are ready to go. We're back to the cream. And we're just going to keep checking on this, I think. See, little film starting on top. That's not the end of the world, but that's kind of why you want to keep stirring, because it's very, the film is very thin. It's not super problematic, but if it just keeps sitting there, it won't kind of reincorporate and redissolve. So, oh, damn. Didn't feel like doing that, but let me just take a little bit of that with my thumb. Tastes delish. Tastes just like very slightly spiced. So that'll be really nice once it's hot enough. It's getting there. Usually, I want to bring it just to a boil. And you'll sometimes let it cool for 10 or 15 minutes if you're feeling really brave. Or if you want to be on the safe side about incorporating it into the yolks. Because the cooler this is, the higher likelihood you're going to have of it being just not melting things down. So while that cools, we'll get all the water bath ready, the stove ready, and everything there. Maybe even start on the macaron, but we'll see. I'm not in a huge rush. Alright, I'm just going to give that another little stir. And I'm going to use a little spatula to get any bits of cream that are on the ground, on the bottom, off. And then I'll get my kind of pouring and filtering apparatuses ready. I might use a smaller bowl just to, so this is my big mix here. Because I do really, it's starting to steam, isn't it? I guess I can't really go anywhere too far. I had another bowl, but where it went, I do not know. Oh, here it is. So I might bring this in here and filter it, because I just want, the more you filter the liquids of your creme brulee, the smoother it's going to be. And filtration is like very, very helpful. It removes curdles. It just overall makes the whole product a whole lot better. So I got this really nice fine sieve. And then I'm going to probably, and I'll let you guys see, I'm going to sieve it into this. Then I'm going to use this to cool it once the cream is just starting to boil. So I kind of just really want to watch it very closely now. I'm going to let it cool a little bit in this pan so it imbibes more of the flavor of the stuff. Here, I'm going to be back in just a second. I use the restroom real quick. It's probably not the time to go to the restroom because that is good. I don't want that to boil over. And I see it's just gently getting close here. Let's see if that does a little bit here. You just want to barely see it get to just barely a simmer. And then you take it off. It's just almost there. We're looking for just barely a simmer there. Here, I'll move this so I can see a little bit better. Yeah, I wish you guys could listen, but I'm listening to music while we're doing this, so forgive the occasional whistles and things. Novelith, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna turn down my volume a little bit. I see I'm getting close to peaking a little bit. There we go. How's it going, Nava? Look at that. Doesn't that look just beautiful? Yes, it does. So, one of the keys when you're making your water bath, which is what we're going to kind of start doing over here. I think this is getting to boiling. So I'm going to slide over to, I'm going to slide over to here. The keys when making your water bath is don't let it get in the ramekins as much as you can. So you leave a space to pour here on the corner. And you just let it soak through the towel below. And this is going to take a couple of batches, I think. Holy moly. Yeah, it's going to take a couple of batches. That was literally the entire kettle. Did half a day at work today. Oatmeal. Exfoliation. Look at that. All right. What does oatmeal mean? Do you see oatmeal? Are you making oatmeal cookies? Am I just so old and out of touch I don't understand references any longer? That's the most likely solution. So I'm going to use a cup measure too to pour. That's kind of good. I want to let that cool down a little bit. I think having that being like boiling is not. Is it warm or boiling water? Hot water, yeah, and the pan to come halfway. So I want it to be hot. I chose to ignore stream a little. And guess what you're making? Oh, I like it. I like it. I was just like, huh, I don't understand. Yeah. So we're letting this get nice and toasty here. It's steaming. It's getting hot. It's just about to boil. I'm going to be right back, and we'll get down to business in a hot second. Also, if we have to wait for some cooking time things, I'm not sure we're going to have to because there's a lot of stuff I got on my list for today. But if we do have to wait for some cooking time things, we can switch and play some video games for a little bit between. So we should be okay. Ooh, is the bottom getting crusty? I hope not. No. Alright. Alright, my cat needs a little spray to calm her down. She's being a little brat. Alright, she has gone silent at last. I just hear the occasional caterwaul. She's a very grouchy little lady, my cat. Very, very. I mean, I guess every cat is a little grouchy. It's just about to boil. I might turn this up just a little bit to get it there. We're so close to this cream being ready to go. But I kind of wanted it to start and rise pretty slowly. So that's actually ideal in a lot of ways because it just means more time. You know, time is always a big thing from what I've learned in cooking. Where, you know, even if it's baking bread, the more time you spend letting it just get set, letting it get where it needs to be, the better. Same with these yolks. So a lot of it is like, I'm about to make a meringue over here. I don't know if you can see that yet. Did I move it? Yeah, I'm about to make a meringue in this hog here. And one of the, you know, aspects of that makes a really big difference is just letting it take its time. Because if you warm the egg yolks up, if you let them get to room temperature, if you let them sit together for a while and meld, your meringue becomes a lot easier to make. Which, anything that can make a meringue easier to make is a win. Because meringues are notoriously a pain in the butt. Alright, cat. Alright, cat. You just really want to get sprayed for meowing, don't you? My cat. The Lady of Meows. Alright. Up. We're just about there. Just a little bit. Just let us get over the edge to. We're so close. Look at that. It's just steaming. Problem is, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I always try to like make it as just right. Just right. We'll see. It's looking very close here. Yeah, you can see like the flat. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but like the fat on the top, because it's such a high fat thing, heavy cream. It just like reflects on the top, and it just looks amazing. Come on, old buddy. We gonna call you done? We might call her done in a second here. Move this over here. And then after this, I'm going over to a friend's house. So we're bringing the creme brulee to his place. And then the meringues are for Christmas Day. I think I'm going to call that done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it really hot to the touch? Yeah, oof, yeah. Alright, that's just boiling. Alright. Alright, you're done. You're done. Put that on the cold countertop. Actually, keep it stirred a little bit. My cat is squealing in rage. It says, "Why did you put me outside?" Achilles heel, Merry Christmas and welcome. Merry Christmas Eve indeed. So great to see you. Wonderful to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful little Christmas. I'm gonna let it cool in the pot with all the fixins for just a couple of minutes while I take care of this. And then once this is done, then we get back to. So I'm gonna put some more. We're about halfway through on this here. Some more of the hot water in here. Cat, we know, kitty. You want attention desperately. You've made that perfectly clear. Just meh, meh, meh. My cat is very annoying. Alright, water bath. Good on both of these. These ones I'm worried about them a little too hot. Doesn't have as much insulation as the ramekin, but it'll cool. I kind of want to let these cool for a little bit before I start dumping stuff in there. I think that's just enough water. I might put a smidge more in. It's great to see you. What do you all want for Christmas? Hopefully you're getting your wishes, your Christmas delights and desires. All right. Now we've been doing a lot of cooking this season, which is great because it saves mucho dinero. But it's also kind of like, wow, we've been doing like a whole lot of cooking. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and pour. That's pretty hot. I'm going to move that over here. I grab the edges without burning myself just for a few seconds. And then I will burn myself. Alright. That's moved. It's warm but not hot. So I'm going to just move this over here so you guys can see a little bit of what's coming up next. The cat is just throwing a tantrum, and it's just hilarious because I'm not going to pay any attention to it. Alright, so I grab the creme, la creme, and then we're just going to pour it through the sieve here. Get all the stuff out. Whether it's a little bit of curdled cream. See, that's the one. A little bummed. I thought I did a better job, but that's okay. But yeah, you see, this is why you sieve. If you want something to be super creamy and smooth, you gotta get all this crap out. So yes, that's why we do that. Now that nice smooth cream, I'm gonna let this continue to cool. Oh my god, it smells heavenly. I'm gonna continue to cool over here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the vanilla bean out and just rinse it. And you can put it in sugar, make vanilla sugar and stuff like that. So I might not throw it away just yet. But I will rinse this out because I'm going to use it to catch any yolk thing. So we're going to do a few sievings. Saving up Amazon gift cards for headphones. Nice. Some fancy gaming ones that are like super epic. Is that kind of your plan? And we're just going to kind of watch as we go because we're going to need this pan very soon when it comes to making macarons. So we are going to need this pan in a hot second. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a quick scrub down. Are you going to get some really fancy like gamer headphones and hopefully stream? I always love when you guys stream and I can watch and support you all as you are so kind to support me and to show all the love. Alright, I think that's clean enough. I'm just going to use this to boil water, so not super necessary to get it perfect. Alright, that's done. Music mixing headphones. Nice. Oh, that's right, because you were doing the music. I don't know. I never knew there was an actual type of headphone for that. But, be quiet, cat. She's just being a brat right now. It's very obnoxious. Okay. She is being the biggest little brat. Alright, that's about 6 inches, so that'll just fit on top. And then this one can go on the bottom or next to it. We'll figure it out. I kind of just want to make sure these will fit in the oven first, so because I've had things happen before where I'm like, oh, this goes in the oven now, and then you're like, haha, there's not enough room for it. Boo. So I think this one, with its big ass handles, will just fit on the top. I believe. Without bumping into stuff. No, it'll bump in. Yep, I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I checked, stream. Okay. So that means we gotta do some adjustments here. So first off, what the heck is this portal guy doing down here? Get this thing out. My little temperature gauge perished. Fell and perished. Alright. This will be dead in the center. That should be just enough. This might not fit. I might have to do an old switcheroo here. This one goes in here. This lower height one goes over here. That will work. Whew! Alright, I just want to make sure no water has got into these, because if water gets into the ramekins, you are going to have a bad time. Alright, so we're good. And now, the fun part. I kind of want to find a place where I can show you guys this. So maybe I'll do it back over here. Wow, it's still really hot. Okay, I'm just going to do this. Alright, that's good. Alright, this can get unplugged. Yeah, sorry, there's a little bit of the mechanics of just having to do all the things. This is ready to go. I'm ready to pour. I want to make sure this is level, because it's really, my stove is the most annoying stove on planet Earth. And it is not level, nor is it flat. Looks fancy, I know. We're pretty excited. I love making delicious treats for the holidays especially. Where can I put that? Probably should have put it there, but whatever. I already got stuff set out there. I'll put it over here. And I'll move these. Sorry about the organization here. Takes a second, but hopefully it'll all be worth it. I'm just going to move all this stuff over here. Alright. Move this guy. This thing is not the most useful. Alright. Okay. Little knife rack goes in the very back corner. A lot of things. But we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. All those little ramekins are about to get filled up. This is still not too hot. Okay, so I want this to be level. That's why I'm doing all this moving. Because if it's not, it'll be really hard to pour. And we're going to try to fill these ramekins up as high as we can. Cat, if you just shut up, you will not get sprayed, but you are just refusing to shut up. Just hear her meowing constantly. Alright. Alright. Just the constant meow of my cat. Just like, dude, cat, you've been banished outside because you were messing with stuff. Just deal with it. So these are the yolks. I don't know if you can see them. It's too hot. Yeah, it's a little hot. It's pretty warm too. That's alright. I'll just show you. So these are the yolks. This is kind of where I want my yolks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to temper them. Let's put a little towel on this. That should be fine. Okay. Alright. So, this is the tempering process. Get excited. So we're going to take that cream. I can let it, it's forming a film on the top. It's kind of annoying. We just got rid of one, but that is what it is. Let's cool down a good bit. It smells just amazing. So now, I'm going to get my little pouring measuring cups, because these are nice. And I'm just going to pour a little bit of this into here. And then, bit by bit, so it's called tempering. Very important. So I want this to be back to ribbon, so I'm just going to give it a nice good whisk. Real quick. Give this a nice whisk. It's just starting to turn yellow, not getting too thick. We're just starting to lighten. And then we just pour just while we're stirring. We pour just a smidge of this in to get it to the temperature. So we just do a little bit at a time, because if you throw a bunch of hot liquid into cold egg yolks, they will immediately scramble. That is the last thing you want when you're making nice smooth creme brulee. So we're just going to try to keep mixing this in very gently. And we can start adding more now. We can start adding more bit by bit. And you see it start to smooth out just beautifully. I wish you guys could see it. I don't know if you guys can look in there, can you? Just barely. I'll just tilt it like this here. And look at that. So that's what we're doing. We're just adding just a touch of this at a time. And now that it's tempered, we can be a little more aggro and really get it in there. Alright, a little more aggro. And we'll filter it again just to be on the extra safe side. No curdles here, folks. No curdles here. Alright, and then we're going to dump the rest of this in. Let it stabilize again. Let's do another. This is a little hotter, so I'm just going to give it another second or two of. And then the rest goes in. Alright, and get all those vanilla beans out, because I paid good money for that. Those aren't cheap. Vanilla beans. Vanilla beans are so overpriced. They're crazy expensive. Get some of this stuff out too. Speaking of the devil. And so this is my ready to go custard. So we are ready to rock and roll here. Those ramekins are just a little low, so we're going to start filling a little bit more water into that. These ones need a smidge more water too. Those are just floating just a smidge, right? Okay. None of those have water in the ramekins, and we're just going to go ahead and gently, I'll put this over here so you can see the pouring process. This will just stay still. I guess you can kind of see them. That's fine. Good enough for government work. So I'm just going to rinse this puppy off. Mafia Elite, Matt Damon cooking Twitch on Fight the Yoke. It's true. Fight the yoke of society. I assume that's what you meant by fight the yoke. Let me just do a paper towel, because these are clean. Rather than a hand towel I've been using. Alright. Nice and clean and dry. No water. No water here. Alright, and then we're just going to pour a little bit into this. Actually, you know what? I was going to filter it first, but I think we're fine. I don't see any curdles. Maybe I'll just... You know what? I am going to filter it. Because it's better safe. Better safe. So I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to rinse this. You know, because you don't put all this work into to screw it up at the last minute. That's what you don't want to do. So I'm going to be extra intense. And you guys can judge me, and that's fine. But you won't. I won't deserve judgment as much as my cat, who is still meowing. She's not coming in until she shuts her cat mouth. Can you guys hear her just in the background? The plaintive wail of a cat lacking attention. It's just like you're talking to someone and doing things or something besides me. That cannot be. Master, I need the attention. I need the constant love and devotion that you're giving to Creme Brulee right now. Ooh, easy. Let's run all the water out. Alright. This also removes a lot of bubbles, which is nice. So let me just stir this. Alright, we did it. I think that's just foam at this point. That tastes really good though. Alright, so this one I can go back to the sink. I'm just a few more drops. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to waste it. Not a drop. It's a pain in the butt to make. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Alright, now for the pouring. So you put a little bit of this into the pouring receptacle. And get all that if I can. Alright, and here we go. This is the fun part of the process here. I'll hold this for you guys so you can see. Just very gently fill these up. And then we're going to get all the bubbles out by means of a blowtorch, believe it or not. There's not many because we filtered it, but it will make a difference down the road. Just making it extra smooth and creamy. Creamy smooth Baileys. You ever drank Baileys out of a shoe? Name that TV show. Alright, yeah, sorry I'm not going to be as chatty here because it's a bit of a precise operation here. Alright. So it's okay for a little bit of the creme brulee to spill out, but what you definitely don't want is the water to spill in, or else that ramekin is as good as ruined. So make those nice and full. Go ahead and put some in here. No, I might not need another water bath. I might just put this in this. And then we only need one. Those are all topped off. Those are deeper, so they'll be kind of catch-alls for us here. Alright, now to put them in the oven and to start the other thing we're making. 40 to 45 minutes. What will this have a pudding texture? It will be similar. It won't be loose. It'll be a custard. It'll be set. So it'll be like hard but a pudding texture. So something, it's hard to describe. It's sort of like Jello. It'll be like Jello. It'd be the best, like a very silky Jello. Oh, I do want to get rid of the bubbles though. There we go. That's how you do it. They just all burst. Give them another little shock. That's about it. Alright. Come on, this thing's so shitty. This little blowtorch is... I'm gonna have to get a better one soon. It's not very good. It's not what you call professional quality. But this is going in. Wish me luck. Man, it's not light though, I'll tell you that. Okay. Very gently. Oh my gosh. Oh, mamacita. That is an operation. Whew. Wow. Gosh, it's too much water. I put almost a little bit. I know. Yeah, touchdown. Oh yeah. It is exactly a custard Achilles heel. That's right. Exactly a custard. So now we go switch to making meringues. So taking that out is going to be another headache, but it won't be as big of a headache because if one drop of water gets in, it's not going to completely destroy everything. Seem a little touch and go for a second there. Yeah, it is. It's tricky. Creme brulee insurance, just in case. Yeah, exactly. You can also call the meringues creme brulee insurance. All right. Heavens. All right. So now I'm going to switch to my custard. The meringue cookie or sari. So now we're going to do a lot. We're going to do two things. We're going to make the wet and the dry ingredients. I bet it's going to taste glorious. It does. It's one of the things. I think the only thing that I've made that tastes better are these meringue cookies or these macarons I'm about to make. Macaron. Quarter cup of granulated sugar. What? Why would you need this? Where is my quarter cup? The granulated sugar. I put it over here. Sacre bleu. There it is, quarter cup. I have to speak in a French accent as long as I am making this. I'm just kidding, but I cracked the window because it's getting warm in here. Alright. So now we are making meringue. Okay. So this is also another tricky operation. I'm going to go ahead and clean all this stuff out as much as I can with this remaining boiling water. This is going to go back in the cabinet because I just need to get some counter space. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's only 2:30. We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. So I might take my oven camera and move it to make it a meringue camera because that's much more fun to watch, I believe. And thankfully it's not too hard. Pardon my hand. Pardon staring at my hand. We're going to go like this. We'll just have this peak inside here. If this was just a little higher, maybe I'll put it on top of something here. Ah, perfect. Perfect. Yes. This is really a professional camera setup, guys and gals. I don't know if you're looking for cinematographers for the next Hollywood movie, let me know, you know. I'm just counting, I'm waiting for the call. Just waiting for the call at this point, you know. It's just bound to happen. Alright, let's get this just a smidge over. You can see, it's one downside of having a smaller apartment. Alright. Alright, so this is where we're getting to. We got egg yolks in here, they're at room temperature. and they've been sitting together for a while. I do have to plug this in though. That actually really helps when you're using electric stand mixers, guys and gals. I don't know if you realize this, but you have to plug them in. I know, it seems crazy. Seems crazy. You know, why doesn't it just work? Don't ask me, man. It's the gods of electricity have spoken. Alright, this I don't need. So I'm just going to dry this off. Oh, there's just a little bit left. I'm just going to... Wow, that's going to taste really good. That's going to taste amazing. That is going to taste amazing. So I don't need this little guy. So this little guy goes over here. I don't need this any longer. So I'm just going to dump out the water. Heaven to Betsy. Yeah, it's going to taste really good. See, if you guys ever visit Final Boss, you know, or you should try this yourself. I'll post the recipes at the, or I can even post them now. I'll post the recipes I'm doing, and you should definitely try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you can accomplish. These are pretty, not like easy, but they're doable. They're you know, if you just kind of say, okay, I'm just going to think through this, I'm going to take it a step at a time, you'll do great. Electro gods indeed. All right, so while I'm kind of doing a little cleanup, I'm going to start this thing going. If that's really loud, I can turn down my mic volume too. So I'm just going to start bringing them together. Where's my Indeed emote? Let's see. I think you go Indeed. Actual vanilla bean nut extract. Yes, at least for the creme brulee, you want to use. I feel like the creme brulee, 99.999% of the flavor is coming from that vanilla, so don't skimp. For these cookies, a lot of the flavor's coming from other places, so I actually use extract on this because I ain't made out of money. But here is the French macaroons. Oopsie. Here's the French macaroons recipe. And here is the creme brulee recipe. So try them. I mean, it's Christmas. What else are you going to do? Talk to your relatives? Gross. Who's got time for that? Oh, I got to set a timer, though. For about 40 minutes. Maybe less now because I've been waiting for a little bit. Okay, Google, set timer for 35 minutes.
Sure, 35 minutes. And we're starting now.
Actually... Okay, Google, set timer for 30 minutes.
I found these results.
No. Okay, Google, set timer for 30 minutes.
Here are some details.
No, woman? Oh, well, whatever. So, 24... So about 310, maybe a little bit less. I'm going to be checking in on those. About 305. A little bit less. 315 maybe. Yeah, I think 315 is what I want to. 315, we're checking on the creme brulee. For all that work, I don't want to overcook them. Alright, time to ratchet this up. I'm muting the mic a little bit because it's getting kind of loud, so I'll try to intermittently mute. Alright, so this is getting to the point So this is like the general best practice for doing meringues. When you start to see the trail left behind by the whisk, just at a tablespoon at a time, start adding sugar. So once you start seeing the trails, we take a quarter cup. So we take this quarter cup of sugar, and then we add a tablespoon of it into this at a time. So I just can see the trails left behind, so I'm going to, just very gently. All right. That's going to go in. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my life easier. Instead of leaving it that tiny quarter cup, I'm going to use a bowl. So I'm just going to put it in here. And then about a minute between each sugar. I'm going to wait about a minute of very fast spinning. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to measure up some dry ingredients. So I can leave this camera going, I think, and maybe I'll do it next to it. This is going to be interesting. Swoop. All right. I can just do it right over here, and I can hopefully just pan between the two here. All right. These I don't need them for a while. Let's go over there. I do need my clean bowl though, so I'm going to go ahead and clean a bowl. So the thing with the almond flour we're going to use is that it is somewhat, not finicky, but that it is, gosh, come on, buddy, just get clean. Alright, that's been about a minute. Alright. Nice and dry and clean, as much as I can get it. And then this is going to go on a scale, and then we're going to start doing almond flour. So you gotta sift it. Same with the confectioner's sugar, and you kind of sift it by weight. There's my scale. So I'll turn this over here. I'm going to give another little bit of sugar to that, though. A little bit of sugar in there. So then what we're going to do is we need 7.5, I think. 7 3/8 ounce, so almost 7.5, a little under 7.5. What if I want to hear stand mix? What if I want to hear the stand mixer? I mean, who doesn't? That's why they make them so loud. Everybody wants to hear that stand mixer. It makes you know that cooking is occurring and that delicious treats are inbound, right? All right. So I'm just going to set this to 25 minutes. I am going to get my little sifter. Yay! One of the most handy-dandy things. And I'm going to go ahead and tear the scale. Not yet. But I'm going to tear the scale. I'm going to put some almond stuff in here. That's 5 ounces. Just going to dump some almond flour in. And we need to get to the almond flour, we need to get to 4.5 ounces. So, a little less than the sugar. Sugar, you need for some reason, you need a lot of sugar. I don't know why. It's weird. What kind of French recipe would call for a metric ton of sugar? Another spoon goes into the macaroons, or to the meringue. And then zeroes out, and then we start just doing this until we get to 4.5, a little under 4.5 ounces. So let you guys see this here, what we're doing on the measuring side. So we're just getting this done. So we're trying to get this up to 4.5 ounces. Multitasking, right? Go us. Go Final Boss. I should feel proud of myself, right? So we're at 2, and I'm just kind of going until I get kind of this filtered stuff to get to the weight that I want. So I'm looking for about, so it's a 3.5, 4 ounces. I'm looking for 4.4. Yeah, that's about right. Take a smidge off the top. This is done. You can put this back into the almond flour. That's just about right. Little heavy, but nothing too out of the range of what I'm looking for. All right, so that goes back in. I'm gonna take a little bit more almond flour off the top. I really want it to be right by 4.5. There we go. 433. That's just right. So the measurements, unfortunately, need to be pretty obnoxiously exact. And I'm going to tear this again, then I'm going to put the powdered sugar in, but not before I add some more stuff to the meringues, which are getting nice and smooth and creamy. Creamy, smooth meringue. We'll do that. Alright, that's going to just keep going. That's going to just keep going. Okay, so it's 437 now. Then I need to get confectioner's sugar, and I need to do the exact same thing for 7 ounces and a little bit less. So, yeah, all the ounces. Is this clean? Is my dishwasher clean or dirty? It looks dirty. So I'm going to have to clean this whisk now because I'm going to need my whisk. Alright, cleaning the whisk. That's getting nice and creamy. And then I'm going to need a spatula for folding it later. I'm going to add a little bit more sugar. Let that go for another second or two. And then now it's time to start the confectioner's sugar. On the Brulee, or not the creme brulee, but on the, there we go, there's some confectioner's sugar. Pardon. Alright. Getting these babies. Need 7 ounces. This meringue is looking right glossy and perfect, so I might take that off in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and tear my scale, zero it out with this. I'm going to dump the rest of this in here. Alright, so that's done. So we're going to start just getting that in there. So we're going to get that to about 1 ounce. And then, just so I know, I'm going to dump the rest of the sugar into the meringue. I don't think I need to wash that, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to dust the sugar out, put it back. I already got enough dishes here. No need for more. Alright, that's going to go... Where's my other confectioner's sugar? Right here. Alright. So it's at 0.88. Alright. Then you get to 7 ounces of confectioner's sugar, and then our dry is done. So 1 ounce. And we're going. We're going. Oh wow, this thing's getting jammed. 2 ounce. Ugh, come on. 3 ounce. Alright, I might turn that down just a smidge before I don't want to break the yolks. Alright. 4 ounce. 5 ounce. Oh, I need a little bit more. 6 ounce. It's 7 and a little bit. 7 3/8. So I need a little bit more sugar in here. Come on, dude. Why is it fighting me, guys and gals? I don't know. Looks like a winter wonderland, though, doesn't it? That's what I think about sugar. That's how much I love sugar. It's like a snow. It looks like the Matterhorn. Right. That's perfect. I don't know how I'm going to get this back into here, but I'm going to try. We'll see how that's going to work. Alright. Accomplished. Sugar flour. Yeah, dude. The sugar is real. These are not low-fat cookies or no low-carb cookies. I'll tell you that. Guys, bad news. Macaroons, they're not good for you. Who would have thought? This is nice and dry. So then I'm just going to go ahead and mix the sugar and the almond flour together. Trying to make it less crumbly, even though it's looking crumbly. Nice and aerated. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Alright, so that's going to be our mix in just a hot second. This is just about ready to go. Let me just make sure it's hard, not hard crack, but hard stiff meringue, stiff peaks. Give it another little zap. And then bring that down. See how we're doing. Is it soft or stiff? That's stiff peaks, folks. So that's good. So now what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and take this. I'm going to push all the stuff on the side of the pan down because I want to make sure all the sugar is incorporated because it really makes a difference with the meringue because sometimes the mixer kicks sugar out to the side. But then we're going to make sure this is really ready to go. Get everything in there. Alright. I'm just going to wipe it on the little vents. And then alright, that's not going to let me not going to do any more there. So I don't need the scale anymore. Lola. Yeah. So we're going to give this a little more of a blitz, nice and slow at first, and then we're going to get back to like a speed whip. Make sure it's really glossy and ready to go. And then we're going to mix it in with the dry ingredient. Alright, that's done. So, we're going to scoot this camera back way over here. And we're going to put the bowl of sugar here. Toss this. We're going to take this down. So, this is when folding matters. Cat, shut up. That's all I hear from this cat. It's just squealing. Anyways, my annoyance aside, I'm going to take the, I think I have to do it like half and half. And I think wait, let me just make sure, because this is actually very important, because I don't want to kill. I think I do the meringues into the eggs. Repeat. When you lift the batter, white should hold straight peak. Yes, I need to watch this video real quick. So, okay, yeah, sugar into the egg whites, not the other way around. I'm glad I checked. So I do about half here. Okay. So I'm going to give a little bit This is going to deflate them, but that's kind of expected. So I'm going to go around and through, around and through, around and through, around and through, around and through. It's kind of the folding technique, they say. I don't know. I read it on the internet. What do I know? I didn't go to culinary school, guys. I'm just another scrub trying to make a difference. I'm just one other scrub trying to help some people make some yummy food. But remember, if Final Boss can do it, you can do it. So once it's like mostly in, then I think I just do the other half. All right. Okay. A little bit more. Maybe I'll do it in thirds because I'm not as pro as that lady, huh? Around and through. Last bit. And this should make the batter. God, these things are so finicky, though. That's what I get worried about. Then we put them in a piping bag, and then we pipe them under the pans that I have prepared over there. Man, you look like you know. Holy sugar fluff. When does kneading come into play? Unfortunately, in this one, kneading does not come into play. But seriously, y'all, you can do this. I'm really dumb. You can do this. I have every confidence. Cat, you think I'm letting you in with all this stuff out, but that's never going to happen. And that is one of the most delicious substances humankind has ever made. It is so good. Gosh dang, that is so good. It's just almondy and delicious. I'm going to dust a little bit of flour, just a smidge on these. Because he's got to sit out for half hour anyways to get that nice little thing on top. Cat, you're not getting tortured. Quit squealing like you're getting tortured. She's like, oh, there's stuff going on inside and I'm not privy to it. The horror. My cat is one of the most attention-hungry creatures that graces this beautiful earth. She loves attention. She will stop at nothing for more attention. This is illegal. I lost hope after the second box of sugar. Yeah, this is 100% illegal. It is not good for you. Guaranteed. This is one of these two confections I am making are some of the least healthy things. They're the most delicious. They're also some of the least healthy things humankind has ever created. I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors. I'm going to do a little cut on the bottom, and then I'm going to widen it out when I start piping. Okay. So a little cut to let air out. How do I want to do this? Because this is kind of a cool part. Let me do this. Okay. So this is going to go over here. Hopefully you all can watch the piping process here over these two little things as we start putting things out. I need to hold onto this for later. So pretty much what happens is these develop a film on top. So I kind of very lightly dusted these. I want even less on there just so that these things don't stick, because they stick really easily. This is going to be tough without someone helping me do it, but I'm going to try my best to get this into the piping bag, and I think I'm going to use a spoon. I think I'm going to have to use a spoon here. All right. That did not work at all. Okay. Great. Not the spoon. Spoon, bad idea. Spatula, maybe a better idea. That's much better. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but type rapidly if you can't, and I'll try to move things around. This is so hard. Hard to get this stuff in here. I think that's actually, the spoon's working better now that I have a little bit more room to work. All right. This is why the Foxy Lady is a very lucky lady. She gets to have these wonderful confections all the time. And I can say, don't ever say I didn't do anything for you. Just kidding, she never says that. She's so kind. This does definitely contribute to bonus points. How I'm going to get the last little bit with one hand, I don't know. Maybe I'll try the spoon here. I don't want to waste any of this, because this dough is a pain in the butt. It's hard to get. Hard to make, hard to get. Maybe I'll just make some ugly ones at the end. Let me just try this one more time. Oh man, that cat is so annoying. I don't know if you guys can hear her just constantly meowing because she's mad. That wasn't the play, chef. All right. Cat, once I finish piping these, you are getting sprayed with so much water, you'll be wet for days. All right, so I'm going to make them small. Smaller. Actually, I don't want to do the edges. So then we're going to smack them on the table to get all the air out. Because there's going to be a lot, because that's pretty much what these are. So they're just air fluff. I want to do them straight down as possible. That's what people say. Blop. 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 Gotta do the sound effect. Blop. Alright, those are the only small ones I'm going to do is on that side. And the rest of them are just going to be normal. Blop. Blop. Well, I guess I'm doing them anyways. For some reason, just once you get into a pattern, hard for the brain to reevaluate. Here, hold on 1 second. I'm about to lose my mind. Man, that cat just will not stop meowing. Alright. Ah, delicious. Delicious and nutritious. Alright. Blop. 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 I can fit a couple here. I don't want to make them too flat, because last time I kind of made that mistake. Alright, so this is what you're looking at here. I don't know if you guys can see, but we're working with what we got. Blop. 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 So the next step is I don't want them to all have these little tops. They do spread out a little bit. I think I've spaced them well enough this time. I always space them too close. I think I did it better this time. So then I want to get rid of the little hats on the top. Get all the extra dough out. And then let these dry for a few minutes. Alright, my cat's finally being quiet. Nope, she meowed. I was about to let you in, cat, but you meowed. Just be quiet. Don't mess with anything. Stop breaking with it. She, I let her in, and then I hear the Christmas tree start dingling as she's like trying to paw the. She's trying to paw the ornaments off. I'm kind of like Cat. I'm trying to help you here, Cat. It's just so obnoxious, cats are. I used to be more of a cat person, and then I got a cat. That's fine. She's not too bad. She's great sometimes. That's how every pet is. Like, they're great like 20% of the time. Not the last 10%. They're just an absolute nightmare. But what's life without a few ups and downs? So I'm just gonna like spoon these on as like the last non-piped ones. They're not gonna be as pretty. But you know what? When they have this much sugar in it, you don't gotta worry about pretty. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of water and dab the tops to get all the little bumps off. See if we're getting some holes in there. I'm just gonna kind of cover that. So I'm gonna first smack these things against the table. Okay. And then I patch up some of the larger holes here. There we go. Like that. Just the big obvious ones. I don't want them to look like the surface of Mars if I can't help it. But whatever, they'll probably settle. So next, let's see these really big holes that I don't think will close on their own. Next, I'm going to put a little bit of water on top. So I'm just going to try to get any last bit of this goo, because this is goo that's pain in the butt to make. So any last macarons that I can get out of this, I will. I darn well will. Uh-oh. My meringues look like they're done. Oh, they're very close to it. 2 minutes. Let's give them a look. See how they're holding up. I'm gonna need my phone. The food looks amazing. Happy presenting, yeah. You beat Boeing to the moon. It's true. Boeing doesn't know. Yeah, those are looking pretty close to done. Got a little. They still got the jiggle, but not too much. I might give them another minute or two. Let me see how we're looking. Gosh, it's so close to done, isn't it? And I'm gonna give them just a few more minutes. As my oven's a little on the cold side. 6, 7 minutes more. All right. Seven more minutes. I want them a little closer to. Gosh, they're so close. I don't want to overcook them, but yeah, I just don't want them to be like completely blah. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of water, fix the imperfections on these things. So let me just kind of go through and blop, 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 blop. All these little peaks, these little stiff things, you can kind of just dab them with some water and they go away. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a fan on these so that they're getting a little loose, aren't they? Alright, so I'm going to put a fan on these so that they cool off. And then, then we start making buttercream, boys and girls. This is going to be a cooking day. This is going to be a cooking day. Alright. Fan speed ahead. Is it plugged in? No. I'll turn it off. Woo! Man. And Merry Christmas Eve, folks. Alright, these are done. Alright. That's done. Now I need to wash one thing. This guy. And then it's time for vanilla buttercream. So I will take the camera off those and we'll go back to the previous mixer view, or maybe the stove view, because the first step involves the stove. Those are the macarons. How are we doing on time? It's not too late in the day, is it? It's not nighttime yet. Trying to get a lot of stuff done today. I was gonna do these like each on one day, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna Twitch stream, do them both. Ooh, I don't want those to break. All right. So we're doing them all. We're doing meringues, we're doing creme brulee, we're doing the whole shebang bang bang. One thing I've learned is that and when I've made creme brulee in El Paso, the oven is not the right temperature, or it's just higher altitude. So I've had to like pretty much lose batches because of how finicky it is. And that's like the whole thing. It's like if it's not the right temperature, if it's not looking fully done, leave them in. Better to have a little overcooked creme brulee than gooey sugar water. This is just gross. It's not good. Not good when that happens. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do a thing where we boil this over water. So this is all clean. This is going to go right into our mixer afterwards. So I'm going to try to just get as much of this stuff as I can cleaned, and then it goes in the sink. Those are good. Oh man, this is just the best. Days like this just make me so happy because I get the results for like a week after. It's like the best food ever. So remember, folks, you know, if you got a cooking thing, I don't know, how are they doing? I'm getting nervous about the creme brulee here. It's not tight enough yet. That's still really watery. All right, more time. I'll turn the heat up a little bit. I'm going to say another 10 minutes. All right. Okay. So first, I have some leftover buttercream from last time, which I'm just going to take out of the freezer and leave here. Interesting. Not so good frozen. All right. Those have been sitting out. It's pretty hot, but I can just move it here. I got some time now. Now's the time. The time. Where we might take an intermission, but I don't think I need to just yet. I have a few things left to do. First, I'm just going to clean this as much as I can, because it's just gross. Alright. Okay. I'm going to start the buttercream. And those meringues look aight. Best batch yet. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You beat Point to the Moon, yeah. I'm saying the sound effect out loud with you at the same time, and it made me laugh. Blah, blah, blah. See, man, sound effects make a difference. That's why this is the best batch of macaroons yet, because of the SFX. All right, I'm gonna do a quick mental refresh on what I need to do for the buttercream frosting, because it's not simple. What is the cat doing now? Hmm. All right. Time to start another water bath. It's all about heat. Interesting. Those kind of got gooey at the end, didn't they? Whatever. So the macaroons, we're letting them kind of cool under a fan so that their tops get all hot and ready to go. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it over a water bath. I think I can just go ahead and switch this up back to its original position. To its original stove. My stove, I hate this stove, but the one benefit is it literally perfectly fits a little camera. As much as I hate it, it does have some advantages. So I'm just going to fill up some water into a pan of sauce. Make sure the bottom doesn't touch. Make sure it doesn't get wet. That's getting wet. Okay, so we need to dump some out. Alright. Try again. Does it get wet? Does it get wet? Couldn't tell that time. No. Dry. Excellent. I can just... You know what? I'm just going to do like this. Put it on the simmer because that's where it's easier to see. Ugh. Bleh. Okay. Back to those extra 2 egg whites we had. And then we're going to get a half cup of granulated sugar. And then we're done, I think, with sugar. So these 2 go in here. You know, I'm going to let the water simmer before I put all this stuff in. Just so it doesn't, like, sneak up on me. Okay. Alright. So that goes in. Then we are, what, a half cup of granulated sugar? And then I get to clean. Yay. Try to clean as much as I can so Foxy just doesn't get dominated. Like, what? What? Let's go. I do want to check on the meringue temp I need to start at. We put them in the oven. So yeah, we dropped to 300. So it starts at 325, dropped to 300. All right, let's take a look at the one thing that still is fighting us a little bit. Still a little too jiggly. Still just not. Still a little too much. I'm gonna keep them hot. Need another few minutes. They're not ready yet. Okay, Google, set timer for 7 minutes.
Sure, 7 minutes. Starting now.
Well, it's not ready yet, so if it's not ready, it's not ready. Still too watery. That's bothersome. I want to get these in the oven soon, but better safe than sorry. Spend all that time on something, make sure it's done right. Man. Macaroons are like heroin. I think that oven comes in a little cold too, you know? I'm gonna try to bake like the lady wants us to, but I'm not in love with my oven, man. I want to be like a rich person where you have like a really nice tools, you know? Why am I not a rich person, guys? Can you guys all just donate $100 million and get me set for knife? That'd be great. And I can just bake all day. You can watch these baking streams. Hooray! Seems like a win. Seems like a win-win, guys. I don't know. I don't know if you know what a win-win is, but that's one of them. Okay. So I'm gonna start putting things away while I'm waiting. And we're going to get just 99% of the way there, I think. So the vanilla buttercream is a half cup of granulated sugar. And then, okay, quarter cup of vanilla extract. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Where am I? Here they are. Here they are. All right. So we need some vanilla vanilla land. That's ready to go. I just only need this. I'm not doubling it. It's 4 ounces. Is that all I need? 4 ounces? Yep. Okay. Blah 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 blah. All right. So that's starting to boil. That's pretty much ready to go. This I can microwave if I need more. It's extra. We'll see how that works. Half cup of sugar. I'm just gonna get that ready, and then I'll put the sugar away. Gosh, those macarons are just fighting at every turn, aren't they? But we're gonna get them, or not the macarons, the creme brulee. It's just fighting, fighting, fighting. Does not want to finish. Does not want to get done. It does not want to cook. It wants to stay raw. We don't let that happen around here. In the words of Gordon Ramsay, it's raw. Look at it. Look here, you. It's bloody raw. Come here. Come here, you. How do I get it right? Come here, you. It's raw. None of that. All right. Half cup of sugar right ready to go. So we ready, baby. We ready. Once this starts boiling, once that starts simmering, we ready. Simmering. Could be a rap song with the quality of music there is these days. Probably already is one. Cimarron County. Yeah. But anybody who's watching, how y'all doing? Is the holidays going well? What's your holiday tradition? What's your food you're looking most forward to over the holidays? And maybe that can be a writing prompt even. So maybe write a little flash fiction or something on, what the food of the holidays means to you. That's gonna be my pitch for you creative types. Wow, those look really good. Because we're still, even if we're baking, this is still a writing stream. Gosh darn it! And it's in its soul, And then you guys get to laugh and watch me very gently pull out the creme brulee. I'll bop it up to 350, dude. I'm so tired of waiting on that. Just getting tired of waiting on my really shitty oven. They're getting so close, but they are not there yet. I just think my oven comes in cold. I'd rather have them overcooked. I can always, just like fight through a custard, but you don't want to drink water. I'll tell you that. Rather have them overcooked. That's not too hot, is it? No. All right. All right, we're waiting. It's almost ready. Gosh, how's that? Oh gosh, I turned on the wrong burner because I'm stupid. I'm like, why is it so hot here, but so cold over there? I don't know what that's all about. Is there water splashed or something? Okay. Okay. Wow, I hate when that happens. I'm like, why is it taking so long for the water to boil? Like, well, Jeff, because you turned on the wrong friggin' burner, you friggin' noob. Anyways. I want to, if you guys are there, if you're still sticking with me, feel free to share your life updates, your holiday plans. I want to hear it all. This will be a just chatting stream. This will be a chat room stream for a hot second while I wait for all this stuff to get ready, which takes a second. You know what? While I'm here, may as well start the process of limpiando. And then make my wife a very happy lady. I'll tell you one thing. Making a huge mess and then being like, thanks, you want to clean it for me? Is not the coolest thing you can do to your significant other. That might this is a relationship hint, guys. Making a huge mess and then being like, oh yeah, you mind getting that, babe? It's not gonna turn any heads with happiness. They might not mind because they care about you, that significant other. They might do it, but they'll be like, yo, what the heck? What's the matter with you, boy? Did your mama teach you better? That's what they'll say. In their heads, at least. God, didn't his mama teach him better? Ridiculous. That boy's mama sure as heck should have taught him better. Show thing. I think I'm going to definitely take the creme brulee out. I've turned up the heat. I've turned up all this stuff. So once that timer goes off, it's coming out. This thing can still get some rinsing in. Excellent. Is that water simmering yet? It's getting close. Is that simmering? This one I'm going to throw in the dishwasher because it always it's hard to really clean a sieve really well. Same with this guy, actually. Sieves are so hard to clean. Alright, that's hopefully my meringues being done. Or my creme brulee being done. We're going to find out whether my aggressive increase in temperature has paid off. It was an aggressive temperature increase. Alright. Come on, buddies. Dude, so watery still. That is just water. Dude, that's liquid, dude. No, it's not close to ready. Maybe it's because it's hotter now? I don't know, man. That's just liquid. No, I'm just gonna wait. Wow. My oven sucks! Alright. Okay, Google, set timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Starting now.
Wow! That sucks! Okay. Well, at least I'll be able to make the buttercream while that is taking its sweet, sweet time. And that's crazy, man. That's taking forever. But it ain't done. So what's the point, you know? Yeah, if any of you brave souls are there, feel free to chat and have any ideas you got. No worries if this is just background as well, because you know what? It's going to have to become background for me in a minute here because it's just taking so long. I think this is clean. I'm going to leave that out because I might need it. These ones I can clean. And then I might take a small intermission, depending on the progress, obviously. But there may be a small intermission. I can leave the little intermission sign on, and then I will be done in a hot second. So just be prepared. If suddenly I disappear and I put a little intermission sign on, I might do that just to make sure everything is, oopsie, squared away. Make sure everything's as good as it can get. We made roasted pork shoulder last night. So good. But it's a little bit messy. A little bit messy. Not the soccer player. Not Lionel Messi. You guys are so silly. Not Lionel Messi. Actual Messi. What if Lionel Messi was really messy? Would he be messy? Food for thought. Deep conversations happening. Deep combos. Alright. The messiest messy. There was a whole family of messies that were all messy. Who would be the messiest messy? I know. You can punch me anytime. If you could only find me. Oops, that's a great way to kill a pan. Alright, it's pretty much simmering. I think I'm going to have to bring this into this. Alright, I'm going to turn this puppy down. I'm going to start the buttercream. And I'll clean more of this in a second. You know, I'm just going to wait for a hot second because this is going to bother me having my sink be so gross. One momento. We're cleaning before we're doing things, but we can chat while we clean, right? That's the fun. That's the fun part. It's crazy. All the fat's gelatinized. It's just a little hard to clean this stuff. Man, the Foxy Lady would be very happy. There's one thing that she hates more than anything in this world, and that's cleaning stuff that has like gelatinized properties. Stuff that's like gooey. Not for the Foxy Lady. Not at all. She will be very glad if this is not that for her. So, it's about to be a very happy Foxy Lady. I know the water's boiling back there. I'll get on it. Steaming my camera nicely. Turn that down just a smidge here. Alright. Alright. Almost on the home stretch. Alright. These things gotta go. Alright. Getting there. Happy Christmas! Boss, I'm out to friends. Have fun. Have a great Christmas. Thanks for saying good night. And I'm so glad you're spending Christmas with some friends. Wonderful to hear that you have a good community around. I'm going to be heading to a friend's house bearing these delicious treats very soon. So hopefully I can get them all done in time. In time. Before time runs out. Good seeing you, though. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. I hope this was fun. I don't know if you guys are in love with the cooking streams, but they're always just a nice way to keep to catch up with folks who I haven't seen in a while, and it was a lot of fun for me at least. So maybe I'm just selfish. I just do things that are fun for Final Boss. Who cares if you all are happy? This is all about me. This is a lot of fun for me. So, I will admit it. I'll be the first to admit. This is kind of the most fun way to cook. is with your friends hanging out, especially Twitch pals. All the Twitch crew. I'm just gonna clean some of this, and then we're gonna go and make buttercream. I promise. I promise. Don't worry. We're gonna get to the buttercream. It'll happen. All right. This one's the doozy here. And then buttercream. I promise. I just can't help it. I gotta. It's the OCD. Alright. Alright. Man, I'm gonna have a happy wife. I'll tell you. 'Cause she sure does not love cleaning those really gross things. So, alright, we're in a really good position here. We're ahead of the game. We're ahead of the curve. Head of the curve. That's boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the turn the heat up here. Turn the eggs on to that, and that goes in there. I do need a whisk. Yeah, I think I might just get this one. This one looks pretty clean. I could just use this. I'll just clean it real fast. Let's go like this. Alright. Going through paper towels like they're going out of style, but it's the best way to keep things nice and clean, you know? Alright, alright, alright. That's what we're talking about. Looks kind of snotty, doesn't it? But it'll eventually turn into something wonderful. As it heats up. But not yet. Alright, how is my creme brulee doing? 20 seconds. We'll just pause, take a look. If it's not done by now, I'm taking it out, I think. No matter what. No matter how you want to slice it. Gosh dang, it's still so runny. Blop. That's still just too soupy, dude. I guess my oven is just cold. I don't know, man. I'm gonna put my little thermometer in there. Where did I put that thermometer? Maybe we'll just drop it to... Give it another 10 minutes, and then I'm taking it out. No matter hook or by crook, it's coming out. I think I'm done. You know, it's like if it's not cooked by then, it's just not going to cook. Yummy. Sugar eggs. Don't you love sugar eggs? I think these are probably getting pretty close to nice and tacky on the outside. A little bit of tack left, so that's good. I mean, it's about the right time for the meringue. For the macaron, they need a little extra time, so that's okay. Timing's not been too brutal. Timing's been pretty manageable. Getting close. Now it's time for this baby. And then... Oh yeah, look at that, just like smooth out. Alright. Alright. It's warm to the touch, not hot to the touch. It's warm to the touch. And then we're gonna bring it back to the mixer. Man. And the French knew what they were doing when they made good food, man. I'll tell you. French knew what they were doing. Warm to the touch. Man, that's good though. I wish you actually gave me a temperature, you know, because like I can read, you know, we have temperature gauges. I feel like temperature is the best way to bake by. Because you just know. You don't have to guess. Like with the creme brulee, I say, okay, the internal temperature is X. I can just go with that, you know. I don't have to be like, oh, looks like it needs more time. It's not wobbly enough. But it does need more time. It is not wobbly enough. I'm going to check one thing. While I let that kind of simmer. Let's see the temperature. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hey, you okay? You okay? You okay? Look at that. How glossy it's becoming. Who doesn't want to eat that? Let's see how hot it is. Another minute. Alright, I think that's enough. Uh-oh. Don't get on that. Get over there. Alright. Back to the mixer. So we put... I'll move this real quick. That's done. That'll cool off in a hot second. Or it'll cool off in a cool second, I guess is the right word. And in the meantime, this baby goes over back to its original position. And so this is that delicious goo that we just made, the egg goo. Egg goo. Warm goo. Like Austin Powers, guys? Come on. You know Austin Powers. So that's going to start whipping that. Whip that all on the floor, whip that. Then I'm going to cube some butter. And then that's going to go in a little bit once that cools down. Once the aggressive whipping cools it. So, got some butter here. Just going to chop it into cubes. Keep it real simple, dimple. It's been softening. Alright. No, I think I'm going to turn it up, dude. Where did my little temperature gauge go? This guy. How's it doing, by the way? How are we? Oh, it's a little less jiggly. It's getting there. I think I'm going to turn this to 3. I'm going to do 350. I'm just going to turn it up 10 degrees hotter across the board. Last time I made meringues, my meringues were almost under, or my macarons were almost undercooked. Oh yeah. Still tastes good. Oh yeah, knife. You gotta cut this butter. Cut the butter. I'll just turn you guys so you can see the cubing process here. Pretty straightforward. You cut it, and then you cut it some more. Blop, blop, blop. Alright, that's it. That's ready to go. Who knew? Look at how glossy and creamy and yummy that's looking. Alright, I do want a spatula. Do I have one that's clean? Need to buy some more spatulas. A spatula, Dracula. A Dracula spatula. Here's mine. I'm just gonna wash it by hand. Okay. Alright, so this is also, remember, the buttercream is where all the magic happens for the flavor. So this is also where I'm going to add a little bit of my own flavors that I like, which is, I should have done some on the stove. A little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of cardamom. So I love cinnamon cardamom. It's Christmas, so why not? What else did I need to do? I need the cardamom. Cardamom. Where'd that cardamom go? Is it up here? There it is. Cardamom. Cardamom's the best. Just a touch. Just a touch. Maybe a smidge more cinnamon. Alright, let me turn this off, scrape the sides down. Scrape. It's like marshmallows, man. Look at how thick that is. Okay. Come on, buddy. Get all that stuff in there. Okay. It's like literally just like marshmallows. Which is great because you know what marshmallows are? They're friggin' delicious. Wow. That tastes okay. I do really love the cardamom in that. It just makes sweet things just so rich and just complex. So good. So good! Alright. What else do I need to do now? Wait another few minutes for my freaking creme brulee to finally frickin' finish. Alright. I think I'm just gonna have to take it out now, no matter what. So I gotta move on with my day. Where's my other glove? La glova. Just honestly think my oven's too cold. Yeah, it's at 300 right now. Unbelievable. Alright, I'm just gonna try to take them out. I just want to cook the things already. Hopefully these will work. They look like they do. Oh my god, I hate that thing sometimes. Alright. They look pretty good. Even if they're not perfect, they're pretty dang close. Let me just get this. Oh my god. Alright. That looks just about what I need it to be. Alright. Let's take a look at the creme brulee, folks. You ready? Dun dun dun! Obviously, that doesn't have the delicious sugar on top, but that's the wobble we're looking for. That little wob, 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 wob. A little firmer, but they're still got some jiggle in them. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me put some jiggle in it. I know, I should be a musician. I don't know why I've not, pursued it as a career. Silly me. Alright, I'm gonna let that keep going. Then I'm gonna start loading these into the refrigerator as best as I can. I'm gonna do the easy ones first, like the mug. That does look. That one's a little more jiggly, but oh gosh, you know what? I just can't. You can only do so much. Is that? It's really hot still. Gosh, whatever. Whatever. Not much I can do about that. That was deeper too. Hopefully it'll firm up in the fridge. In the deep freeze. Where did my big spatula go? So the easiest way to get these things out is with a spatula. It's going to let my fridge get really cold. Okay. That's hot. Very hot. Very, very hot, hot, hot. My gloves are getting wet because of the water bath, so it's even hotter. Alright, that won't melt anything, will it? No. Okay. I'm going to do a quick cleanup of the bottom of the fridge where all this drippage is going. Alright, let's just get it all clean as we can. Okay. Alright. 99% of the way done. Creme brulee. Meringues are easier, man, or macaroons, I mean. Creme brulee is the one that's just a pain in the ass. But it's so good. Worth all the hassle, in my point of view. I love creme brulee. It is my favori. C'est mon favori. Make sure that doesn't squish them. Alright, those are in the fridge. Those are setting. Big win. We got that done, boys and girls. D-O-N-E-E. Alright. Dunay. Alright, that's nice and marshmallowy. That's a nice mallow. just water, whatever. Alright, next up, going in the oven, is the macaron. So, I've turned the oven up a little bit higher than normal, because the macaroons, unfortunately, I just want to make sure I can get a good gauge of temperature. So the macaroons, my freaking cold-ass oven, wants to sabotage them as much as possible. Oh my gosh, let me see here. So, it's above 300 now. This oven is just so bad. Alright. That's too hot. These are going in right now. I'm just going to dump this thing out, rinse it, put it back in its place. So then I have some room to work. Room to W3RK. See what I did there? I was being hip. I said work, work. Like a popular person. I know. You should loathe me. Alright. That's done. Alright. Alright. Whew. We're getting there. Alright, next up, macaroons go in. Alright, alright, alright. And then how long do they go in for? How long do they go in for? Again, remind me. 20 to 30 minutes. Alright, yeah. Reduce temperature to 300. 15 to 20 minutes. Alright. So these are going to go in very quickly. Get hype. Okay. Okay, what is it at? 400. Unbelievable. Things I hate. This oven. I'll do 315. Keep it a little above. Alright, so now, that's got to go, what is it, 15 minutes? Okay, Google, set timer for 7 minutes. Set timer for 7 minutes.
Alright, 7 minutes. Starting now.
4:10. Okay, so I'll probably be out of here by 5, which is perfect. Alright, now I'm going to start doing the buttercream, and then I think we're good. I think we're good. Bit by bit on low speed. Alright. Alright, fine. Fine, lady. I'll make buttercream your way. Alright. So that's nice. You know, I'm just going to wipe the sides down real quick before I start throwing the butter in. Now, this is marshmallow, man. It's without the gelatin. Sans la gelatin. That's amazing. So the another trick with this is if it does start to curdle, you can Put a little bit of heat under it. So we're just adding a little cube at a time. I'm gonna heat this back up. I'm gonna put a little bit of bourbon in it too, because who doesn't want bourbon buttercream? Vanilla bourbon buttercream. That's just all you want in life, isn't it? We could put something on Armagnac. That was pretty good. I'll test. I'll try a few out. Let that run for a while after we get the butter in. Just gotta try to like really throw it in there. Like one of the mixers on the other side. Alright. Let's see, the stand mixer is a beast. I feel like this thing could run a lawnmower. The motor in this stand mixer could like be like a lawnmower motor and not break a sweat. It's like it has like exhaust, like there's air coming out the back. That's how you know it's not messing around. Alright. Ah! Done. Let that go. We got some vanilla. Oh, there are my cinnamon sticks. Lol. Looking for my cinnamon sticks, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Alright. That looks better creamy. I always like it super smooth, but maybe I don't need to do that. Bourbon. What goes better than vanilla and bourbon? So I think it's a teaspoon. A quarter teaspoon. Wow. That's it? Pansy. Just kidding. We'll do that. Quarter teaspoon, huh? There's not much, I guess, so that makes sense. Oh, no. Shot bitters. Maybe I'll just put a tiny little half teaspoon of Uncle Nearest in. It's like clay. It's never come out like that before. Just want to whip this thing hard. Alright, let's see how the flavors taste. If I need to make any changes. That's salted butter. I should check on that. Ah, it has salt. Okay, so I don't add more salt in. Needs a dash more vanilla, dude. I'm not getting it. Alright, let me be right back while that goes. I'm gonna turn the macaroons. Pardon me. Alright. Okay. That's good. It's a little salty though. Didn't realize I'd use salted butter. I was gonna put a tiny bit. Oh, that's almond, yeah. So half a drop of almond extract because it's just so good. Whip it. Whip it, 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 whip it good, whip it good, whip it good, whip it good. See how we're doing. That's good. That's real good. Alright, I think that buttercream's ready to go. I got my backup buttercream here. Once those are done, in 8 minutes. So I'm going to take a 8-minute intermission. And we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on intermission here. Alright, I return. How goes it? I am just turning off intermission. I might have to go ahead and run here. So I may have to go ahead and run. I'm all dressed up. The macaroons are finished behind me. I just took them out. They smell amazing. Everything is going to plan. But the Foxy Lady's going to be home in just a few minutes. And I might have to, as they say, jet set. But this was fun, doing a little co-stream, cooking stream with you guys. I am looking forward to hopefully doing it again soon, repeating the process. And sorry about the intermission ending on a goodbye note. Well, you know what? Maybe we can do a smidge more cooking here. You know what? We got a few minutes left. I want to get some cooling racks. So this thing, just make sure it's still staying fluffy. Nice and fluffy, 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 fluffy. And then the cooling racks. I will acquire them. Cooling racks. Your best friend if you do baking ever. And that's actually just getting cool enough where I can just move it. Wow, it's still pretty hot in some parts. One pan done. Off. I'll show you guys the cooling rack procedure here. Those are the finished macarons. And this is going to be the cooling rack procedure. It's a little dicey sometimes. It's still pretty hot. Still pretty warm. So I got one off successfully. Let's see if I can make a double feature here. Place the cooling rack. Gently slide. And if I let the little edge kind of tilt the macarons, it'll hopefully lift them off a little bit. So I got some flop ones that I can test and see if I can turn them. I don't think I really need to clean these. Just gonna wipe them off. There's not really much on them. Just some extra flour. That's fine. These go in here. There's just a touch of flour on them. I don't think that's gonna hurt nobody. This big brick of stone, this thing will go in the dishwasher. The dishwasher. I'm going to give these another little kick. I like to keep my buttercream nice and mixed up. Alright. These are all put up. Delicious. So I'm going to use a very sharp knife. I'm going to try to cut a little piece of one of the kind of the underdone ones and see how we're progressing. So these ones are kind of the ones that are kind of wonky, the willy wonky ones. Alright, so they're coming off pretty easily, which is great. That is great. So, yes, so much better. These ones got a little, the ones on the bottom rack got a little toasted. But, you know, you can't do everything perfect. I think some of it's just the flour. So we're going to flip these. Doesn't this just make you just smile when you look at that? Just makes me smile. This is one of my favorite desserts I've ever created, and boy is it good. I actually am very glad I adjusted the heat a little bit. I'd rather have them a little overcooked than what they were last time, because I lost a couple. I lost a couple due to, unfortunately, a little bit. Oh, that one's a little too dark though. I lost a couple due to, how would one say, a little too toasty, or they were just stuck to the bottom because they weren't done all the way through. How's this one looking here? See, that's the problem. Getting a little stuck. Can let these cool a little bit more. The little minis are doing alright. Alright. Yeah. Luckily the silicone mat is pretty tough. So, oh yeah, that's better. That's more like what I want. And so then we flip them over. A few of them have stickies. You know, I'm going to move all these to this one. All the little babies. Then we're going to get a piping bag. Okay. So all my minis are over there. My biggies are here. Biggie smalls. Biggie smalls. Biggie smalls. Trying to let that get stuck. These are coming out nicely. That one's got a little bit stuck there. Yeah. You try to like cut through it if you can, but it's hard. Yeah, I may as well do this while I'm on stream here. Foxy might laugh at my camera setup, but she understands. We all would much rather cook with friends. And that's what streaming cooking is. It's cooking with pals. Should have switched levels. Gosh, my oven is so uneven. Look at the difference, you know. I turned them, but I should have put the one on bottom on top and vice versa. That's okay though, live and learn. Yeah, I thought it would be fine, but Again, these things are super sensitive, so if your oven has any funny business, these are going to be the first things to let you know, or the macaron. Oh. It's like Jenga, you're like, is this one going to come free? Maybe. This one will need a knife assist. They're just delicious, though. So then we're gonna get these all done. Yeah, I think in hindsight, I'm gonna switch levels now. I think that's been my mistake. You can just look at the color difference, right? Just crazy. That's just my oven being a really bad quality oven, and me not accommodating for that to the degree that I should have. But it's survivable. It's hard to like really mess up sugar egg. All right, they're all flipped. Now to get a piping bag. Buttercream them up. Give that one more spin. All right. All right. Piping bag time. Get hype. All right, I can probably bring this camera over here. I don't know. I gotta turn some lights on. All right. Where are my scissors? Where are my scissors at? There they are. All right, so little cut to just let some air out. And then we'll do a big cut in a second. We're going to try to get as much of this into the piping bag as possible. As difficult as that is sometimes. You know, I'm just going to do it while it's attached to the stand mixer, though I am going to unplug the stand mixer just so I don't chop off my arm while doing this. Because that would be sad. That would be sad. We wouldn't want to have that happen on stream. That would feel bad. All right. Didn't get any on there? Okay. Yeah, I'll turn it this way. Hello! What's going on? Yeah, I know, Atanchi. I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited, Atanchi. This is coming out nicely. This is coming out just fine. Alright. Get all that good stuff out of there. It's a little easier to pipe than the other stuff. The other stuff is just like not coming out. Buttercream is the best in the world. It's the best ever. Alright, now we pipe these things. Okay, make a little bit bigger hole. Alright, now we match like to like. So these ones I'm gonna do last because these ones are like the nicest, I think. The nicest bake, at least. In the words of the British Baking Show. So I'm just gonna, you know, do a little buttercream here. Alright, and then that is one perfect macaroon. Isn't that nice? Isn't that just wunderbar? These things love to slide around though. Okay. Where's a big one? This one's a big one here. That's a big boy. We'll just stitch this up. I mean, the good thing is if there was some sort of like removal issue when you were taking these off, you know, a buttload of buttercream makes it all better. I think I should use more because I have a lot. So I'm going to kind of I'm going to go heavy on the cream on these if I can. Give a little bit to that side, huh? Blop. Yeah. Blop. Oh yeah, I need to cut that, don't I? Set this down here. There we go. That looks nice. Don't worry, I'll get to the ones closer to the camera soon. I'm just trying to match like to like as much as I can. That one goes here. These are so fragile. It's one annoying thing. They are very fragile little cookies. But buttercream can, I think, help strengthen them just a little bit so they don't fall apart when touched. Smaller. It's almost this mini size. I'm just going to wait on that. These are about equal. These, when you have your morning coffee, this is the best thing. These are the best. Pair very well. The nice morning latte. Alright. I always have a little bit too much though. I'm trying to like kind of ration out the buttercream, but I'm always like, I always have extra every time I've made this recipe, so may as well go a little bit more ham, I guess. Hey, Merry Christmas! Here, I'm streaming right now. Huh? Be careful for the wires, they are. I tried a more aggro approach, but the creme brulee's in the fridge. The meringues are here. We're on the home stretch, baby. Yeah, you know, you should. There you go, darling. Yeah, survivable. God, she's been such a brat today. Unbelievable. Yeah, she's like, where's my Christmas present? You know, just gonna go like this. Running low on buttercream. I have that extra buttercream, so I'm hoping that will be okay. Not really. Not too bad.
Oh, good.
How's the buttercream? I changed it up a little bit. I added some bourbon and very faintly, but one downside about these is you only get half as many cookies as you make.
Yeah.
It's always so low yield. Alright, that one's done. Let's see if the used buttercream still tastes good. The stuff we froze from last time. What's that? Yeah, still great. Yeah, we can head over in a few minutes. That's fine. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my gosh, those are just the best. There's no. Those are just the best. There's no avoiding it. Those are just the 100% best. Alright. What's that? You want to chill for a minute? Yeah. Mm. Still have some left over. Huh? Guess goes back in the freezer if we ever need extra. Wow, that was great. All right, Twitch. Those are the macarons. The creme brulee is in the oven. We're done. We did it. We are fully baked. Baked complete. All right, everybody. So much fun hanging out. Wishing you all the best. All the happiest holidays. Wishing you all the happiest holidays. Take care and have a good one.